What if I told you that keeping your profit margins low isn't noble? It's actually dangerous. Most people think that high profits come from greed, but the truth is, you have a moral obligation to be wildly profitable because high margins are what fund radical generosity. And they're the only thing that keeps your business alive during the cold months. I'm Will. This is Servant CEO. Let's get into it. All right, guys. Well, we're back. Servant CEO, Customer First Business. Going to plug the book real quick here. If you haven't already got your copy, available on Amazon, available on servantceo.com. You can get it in paperback form. You can get it in ebook as well as audiobook. So if you haven't got it already, check it out. It's going to help you a lot. If you're new to this channel, thank you for tuning in. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. We've put together this series of videos to help you better understand the book, make it a bit more personal, delve into some concepts or ideas a little bit more in detail than what the book could do. I like to learn through video versus learning through a book. So this is my way of kind of breaking the book out. 11 months, 11 chapters, kind of breaking it out like that. So we're in, I think, chapter 5, week 3 right now. So let's jump into this subject. A lot of people are going to probably question me on this, but I've learned over the years that profitability and being wildly profitable, like extremely profitable or obscenely profitable, whatever you want to put in front of the word profitable, making a lot of money at your business is actually something that you have an obligation to do. You have an obligation to your customers. I'm going to explain that a little bit. A lot of people think that making a bunch of money in business is greedy, or that maybe it's not responsible. Maybe you're taking advantage of people. Well, the reality is, if you set your business up the right way, if you are conservative in your spending, as well as if you are solving real problems in a very practical way, and doing it in the way that we've done it, which is vertically integrated. We conceive, we design, we sell direct to consumers. We eliminate a lot of people that are in the middle ground. We eliminate retailers, we eliminate distributors, we sell direct to consumers. So all those profits come back to us, and that's served us well over the years. So much so that our profits are great, they're very high, and we have enough profits to be very generous with our customers. So if something goes wrong, we can usually just warranty swap or replace a part if something has failed, even if they cause damage to that part. The reason this is important is because a lot of times, if you're not making good money in your business, if you find yourself strapped financially, you may make bad decisions when it comes time for you to make a decision for a customer that maybe should be dealt with a certain way. Companies that are running on small margins, or maybe not very responsibly, maybe they're not making good money, may have a certain sense of moral high ground in that they are not super profitable or making, the stereotypes are there where people think that businesses make a bunch of money and therefore they're evil. But the reality is, what I've seen is that if you make good money, you can pay your employees well, you can pay your bills on time, you can actually set yourself up for success in the future. You can live a more stress-free existence while in business, which is the reason we go into business, is to live our lives the way we want to. But it also makes a big impact on how you deal with your customers and what you will do for them. I know I've found over the years that we will, and here's a situation that comes to mind. We will give away parts if someone has damaged something that we've made, even though we know that they damaged it and it wasn't our fault. We will a lot of times still give them a replacement part for free. And we do that for a lot of reasons, but the main reason is we want to be generous. We want to be thought of as good people, a great place to do business. And over the years, doing that consistently across 16 years of business, it has garnered us the reputation within the marketplace as a great place to do business. When people talk about JetBoat Pilot, amongst the niche that we kind of deal in, it's universally understood. JetBoat Pilot offers great customer service. We offer great customer care. We are a wonderful place to do business. We've got a nearly 5-star rating on Google, which is practically impossible. It's very hard to get. You can't moderate Google reviews, so you get what you get. And us having a 4.9 star rating is pretty significant. I say that because this generosity over time has led towards these exceptional reviews that we get, and people feeling compelled to go write a review. If we were doing it the opposite, let's say we were doing things where we did not have great profit margins, if we did not have money in the bank, or if we did not have good solid ground to work from, I believe that there would be tendency a lot of times when it comes time to make the right decision, that money would get in the way of making a good decision or making the right decision. And so we have just over the years insisted on keeping our margins where they are, and sometimes even to our own detriment, because I imagine we could lower the prices a bit and that could lead towards more sales. But at the same time, it could also lead towards more quality issues or failure to deliver with quality or failure to deliver on time or any other number of things that could come out of that. So we've opted for high margins, high care, high customer service and care. And that's it. I wanted you to kind of understand this, and I don't want you to ever get in your head about or feel some sort of guilt about making great margins. You have an obligation to be wildly profitable. You need to focus on parts of your business where you can be conservative in your spending. You need to focus on ways that you can buy for a lower price and sell for a higher price. Build enough value in your product and in what you do that people will give you more for your product, and maybe they would give somebody else even because they trust that you are giving them the very best buying scenario that they could ask for. And that's, again, what we've done here. We don't try to overcharge, but at the same time, we certainly don't cut our prices down to where maybe we could sell them for a little bit less, but that's not the goal. The goal is to provide excellent care, super high quality parts, and be generous with our giving. We also, a different subject, and I won't talk about this a ton, but we do also give very generously into other organizations here locally. So churches, outreaches, things that are needed in the community. Jet Boat Pilot, the business that I run, is extremely generous. And because of those profit margins that we make, again, we're able to have this generous approach. I think it's uncommon for most business people to go out and brag about what they do. And I don't think that they give because, or I don't think they talk about giving because most times people like that tend to be fairly humble, or they don't want to brag about it. They don't want to talk about it. We don't brag about it and we don't talk about it. However, in this context, I felt like it was important to say, because of the business being profitable, it opens the door for generosity. And that's wonderful because I've seen some really great things come out of this. Some people that have been very blessed, people in the community, people at our church, families and kids, and all these stories, and they're just wonderful. If the money's not there, how are you going to be able to be a giver? So we've learned that generosity has in turn actually brought back around a great harvest of blessing. And that's a Bible story. We won't go into all that today, but I'll tell you this. Be wildly profitable. Set yourself up to be successful. You'll be generous in the process. People will thank you for it. People will support you, and you'll have customers for life, and your business will succeed. So anyway, all right, well, good deal. Well, thanks for tuning in today. Again, ServantCEO.com. Get yourself a copy of the Customer First Business. If you like what we're doing here at the channel, do us a favor. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this with your friends. And as always, if you like this content, check this one out.